We do have
Absolutely.
we do have it ready from both players though, so let's not waste any more time here, and Jasmine, start the countdown in.
All right. In 3, 2, 1. Tetris.
Fantastic. I completely forgot we were starting on 19, and I was just like, oh my god, what happened? So yeah, kind of interesting. We might not have a lot of downtime in this game. Might have to go straight into commentary, which is come on, guys.
Yeah. Maybe they're still playing Faster Master style. Maybe they enjoyed that, you know?
Possibly. We did have a
Those
26.
19 starts.
It looks like we had a 26-piece strat at the very beginning, which is very, it's great. You love to see
Yeah,
drafts.
stop doing that. I think that's your fault.
You're right. I did just figure out that I could change the names after all, so maybe I can change the C's. And Scooty in a bit of trouble right now with the Spire forming in the center. A Knight with a Lombard dependency.
And there's a drought. Scuti waiting on that long bar, but oh, and hangs that piece on the left.
Hold on, let me do a little something to get the drought seeds out the way. Let me do some hacking right here. There we go. Should be fixed.
Yeah,
And
both
now we're
low enough
getting.
that it's not an issue, but
And immediately
neither
after
player with clean boards.
they were getting bursted with Lombards right afterwards. But Scooty is alive. With a better situation, might commit to this row 2 setup. Gets a 30 Tetris. Now 146, 141 for Knight. Looks like Scooty's going to be
Queen
sending up
stacks
a center well.
again. Oh yeah, it's time for center wells to make a reappearance. Like, nobody plays center well kill screen anymore. I think it's time.
You heard it here first. So Scooty or Knight, once we reach 29, make sure to do only center wells. Scooty committing
Scooty's
to this
setting
row
up.
too.
He's waiting for the perfect transfer, but doesn't get it.
Knight with a couple
And
of
there
holes in her stack.
Scooty with the perfect transfer. Back to the right. These pieces aren't great for Knight, having to put some weight over her well.
Yeah, it is not ideal. Pace not the greatest for either player. Scooty does have the edge though at 300,074 lines. Actually, never mind. His pace is all right. Knight at 252. For those of you unaware, of course, on level 19 speeds, Tetrises are worth more by about 1,200 points per Tetris, more than 18 speeds.
Knight getting some good pieces to clear the blockage over her well. Scooty possibly centerwelling again.
Yeah, but he's getting bursted a little bit with squares. At the Spire's board again. Forces some burns.
Yo, this piece, these pieces suck. Stop doing that.
Sorry, listen. I put in the long bar hack, but I also it comes with the squares, so. Right now, Knight with a cleaner board. 389 as Scooty has a deficit by about 50,000 points. 447 for Knight. So she is doing a great job here at maintaining efficiency after that fairly rough start. And now Scooty's the one who's having a suffer game in these late
He's
stages.
trying to stay efficient, but these pieces just are not oh, and he accidentally hangs the S piece.
Yeah, but
it's going to require a bit more burning.
It is manageable, but once again, going to cost some more efficiency. And just not getting the right set of pieces. Needs some to the left side. Gets a nice double and a single to bring this down as Knight setting up a dirty Tetris. And she is waiting for that Lombard, still getting a bit drought, but gets a dirty Tetris. Now 548. Scooty gets a center wall Tetris at 460, 136 lines. We're about to reach level 20. Nice little double there from Knight, and with that single, she's open on the right side. Gotta be Tetris ready as Scooty transitions with a... Ooh, she didn't flip that Lombard. Looks like a misrotation, probably.
Didn't want to wait too long for the T-spin, so she just creates the hole instead. She's still ahead, but the lead is shrinking.
Yeah, keep in mind, we always have a level 39 line cap, so once we reach those stages, they cannot be playing forever. Scooty trying to go efficient here. Going for the Tetris.
Oh!
He's Tetris
I
ready.
was not expecting that.
And he's going to get that dirty Tetris at 572, 619 for Knight. So it looks like Scooty's trying to go as efficient as possible, knowing that he's behind by about 74,000 points. But now in a bit of trouble. Needs the right set of pieces, but a nice is able to open up his right on time for that Tetris. Now it's 631. Knight at 649, now 677. So
Wow, Scooty's burn vision in that dig was just so incredible. Knowing to put that square all the way to the left in order to burn out more efficiently. That's just what you expect to see from the top players these days.
yeah, especially from the reigning back 3-back player, looking for his back 4-back. Once again, didn't flip that piece on Knight's side. I don't know if with that, she had a bit of a grimace, so I'm sure maybe some controller issues probably, but I guess it's better to not flip than it is to double flip in some cases.
True.
729 for Scooty, 745 for Knight, who's lost the lead, but she's still slightly ahead when it comes to pace. She's behind in the line count, 806 now, and 792 for Scooty as we are nearing the later stages of the 19 speeds. Scooty forced to create a couple of holes in his stack. Now Lombard dependent. Oh, that tuck from Scooty. Gonna commit to a row two.
It's actually tough to have a hole all the way on the left side because when you prefer stacking, tilted. Wait, what am I trying to say? You want to stack left to right, and so it's really difficult when you have holes all the way on the left side, especially right before kill screen.
Yeah, it looks like Scooty's also been having some complications with some misflips, so kind of a battle of the misflips right now. Knight with the max out 1.04, Scooty at 893, so kind of a suffer in the post transition as he transitions at 898. Needs something to the left side. Gets a 5-tap with the T piece, brings this board down, needs a Lombard to the left side to solve this Lombard dependency. As Knight transitions with a 1.09. Scooty is Tetris ready, waiting for that Lombard, forced into another 5-tap with the J piece. Still waiting for that Lombard, it's not showing up. Unable to score any Tetrises right now. It's Knight with a 1.1.
Scooty finally transferred back to the right well.
Yeah,
stacking cleanly,
Lombard.
waiting for the bar.
Knight with a Tetris 1.14. Scooty responds with a Tetris of his own, but yet to max out as we're at level 32 on Scooty's
Knight's
side.
board getting kind of high. Okay, takes a triple for safety, but then is unable to score a Tetris.
Scooty gets a Tetris, now behind by 134,000 points with the max out 1.17 for Knight. Both players at level 32. Scooty is clean and Tetris ready, taking a safety double. A little bit of a misflip there from Scooty. Unable to score a Tetris. Needs to survive this or this will be the game for Knight.
Wow, that 5-tap was essential in order for survival.
He is
cleared out now, just waiting for another bar.
Gets the Tetris now with a 1.09, 1.22 for Knight. Still behind in the line count, so Scooty needs the right set of pieces here. Needs to survive this once again. Lombard dependent on the center as Knight might top out here.
Another essential 5-tap from Scooty.
But it looks like Knight is going to top out with a 1.23, so Scooty, 1.237 is the score to beat. Needs 83,000 points and has 29 lines left to go before the super kill screen. Gets one Tetris, is about 34,000 points behind still.
Seems like he's lining out now. He knows he can take his time.
Is going for the safety burns, trying to set up for this last Tetris. He is set up.
Never mind, he's not lining out.
But does get the Tetris in time regardless, so GG's to that for that comeback on Scooty's side, but Knight with a fairly a really well-fought game there.
Wow, what a suffer seed. Scooty with 1.27 at almost 39 is not a good seed.
Both players this time on an 18 start, so Jasmine once again count it down in
All right, 3, 2, 1. Tetris.
As always, we do have a Matcherino set up for the prize pool. We are currently at $513.37. Thanks to contributions from the community, we're currently looking for a potential $1,000 prize pool in our bar with a $10 contribution into the prize pool with that simul Tetris. Let's say that was a celebratory simul Tetris because of the contribution. Now we're up to
Thanks, Arbaro.
$523.37. Thank you so much, Arbaro, for the contribution. And we are starting with a drought. Perfect.
I thought you said you fixed it.
Well, it was on the 19 starts. I gotta do something else with an 18. Oh, gotta read the
Okay,
message.
knight with nowhere to put that Z piece creates a bar dependency on the left side. Both players' stacks getting a little awkward now.
Arbaro wanted me to read the Tetris saying, join Tetris for the non-pros at tmp.tetris.lol. I'll do a little... I'll type it in Twitch, why not? Oh, never mind, it's on this. Kingsman did it for me.
Okay, knight looking for a J. Couldn't find the J, so she has to make another hole. There's the J, just in time. Still needs something to uncover her well. Opts not to use the T, but uses the second one.
Scooty got back-to-back long bars that he was able to utilize for 2 Tetrises. After this match, we will be having our second and last match for now between Dan V and Cobra. And then later tonight at 7 p.m. Central Standard, we will be having our final quarterfinals matchup between Miles and Meme to determine.
And I will be back to commentate for that too.
Very, very nice.
Okay, Scooty adjusting that square last minute to make the J dependency instead of the L dependency. All these players prefer J dependencies instead of L's.
It is true. I don't know why. I do the same thing as well, going for J dependencies.
I think it has something to do with having a more unified stack in columns 2 through 9. Okay, Scooty almost S-flatted there, but chose not to.
Tetris 307, so potential for 600k for Scooty. Knight, honestly, she still has the potential for the 600, but with less room to burn. Yeah, now that we're on 18 speeds, there is more downtimes. Knight does have the double armor dependency though, but she's gonna solve that one dependency. Going for the
Seems like
center
she's choosing the center well.
Yeah, there you go. She heard you complaining that nobody does center walls anymore, so she was like, you know what? I'll do it just for you. And she's about to, she might top out because of it.
No, she's not. No, she's not. Trust the center well. Trust the process.
Okay, she's in a safer position. Very timely set of long bars. As Scooty has taken a 3.5 Tetris lead. Knight kind of reminds me of Meme in the sense that she sort of improved drastically in a short period of time after kind of being off the radar for a little bit.
Yeah.
We did also
maybe that means that she'll get crashed soon.
Possibly. I forget what her level PB is, but I know it's pretty high up there. We did have a contribution into the prize pool from for $19.84 saying, keep contributing, pay the top 4 for the big finale next week. Thank you so much, Kingsman.
Knight really committing to the center well. Waiting on a bar. Transition's coming up.
About 2 Tetrises that Knight can score. Same with Scooty, but Scooty might get this 600k, whereas Knight, oh man, she
I
might
think
have
had
to
an
go.
early roll or something there.
Yeah, looks like she's been having a few
Definitely looked like a
complications.
misdrop.
But she's gonna transition. Looks like with the set of burns, looks like a single at 479. Scooty will transition with this next potential Tetris as Knight going for the 30 Tetris setup. Oh no, she hangs a square. Needs to survive the situation. Behind
Wow,
by
19
5.5
really is
Tetrises.
not her level.
Yeah, you could tell that really caught her off guard. Gets a 30 Tetris though, so great survival there from Knight. But it's now behind by 6 Tetrises, almost 200,000 points as Scooty gets a Tetris. 706, 520 for Knight.
Knight just working on bringing it back down. Seems like she's going to keep that center well. That is some true commitment.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, she might just be thinking to try and just sacrifice a little bit for the sake of efficiency. 553 gets his Tetris now. 581 behind by 200,000 points. And Scooty's just been cruising through this 19 speeds. Oh man, Knight forced to create a couple of holes in her stack and some more misdrops here. Needs a Lombard.
Oh, that T-burn was clever.
Needs him to the right side. Gets a Lombard. Solves his penalty with an L piece. Now a J. Opens up her right wall. Bangs on a Tetris. Now 653. So she might be off of the max out potential into 29. Scooty, though, might get the max out at level 25. So,
Wow, this has been a great game for Scooty.
yeah, things are looking a little polar opposite here. You could say it's night and day how these scores are looking like. But
Did you
Scooty's
come
in
up with
trouble right
that?
now. Maybe. That'll be the new title for the whenever this goes up on YouTube. Scooty was in a bit of trouble right now. Had to take some burns, but he is clean now. Takes a Tetris. And now gets a max out at level 26. So potential for a 1.2 for Scooty into 29.
Knight with the strategic hand wipe into the misdrop. Happens to the best of us.
Yeah, Scooty is in a bit of a situation right now, so he won't be able to capitalize on Knight's dig. And Knight might commit to this row too. Gets a 30 Tetris at 877. Has 2 more Tetrises at hand. Just gonna go for the burns. Trying to keep this as clean as possible before level 29. Gonna try to transfer her well to the right side, and she transitions with an 888. So kind of a opposite scenario that we saw in game 2, where Scooty was the one who had the very significant deficit. Scooty transitioned with a 1.17.
Yeah, that J for Scooty came just a little bit too late, so he had a couple of burns going into kill screen, but he's clean now.
Yeah, and Knight is Tetris ready. She's waiting for that Lombard. Gets the Lombard for Tetris at 944, but Scooty responds with a Tetris of his own. Knight solving that J piece dependency, trying to be as efficient as possible or hope for an early top out from Scooty. Knight is cleaning this up. Scooty in a bit of trouble right now, though. This could be Knight's opportunity to catch back up, but she also misdrops a couple of pieces. So it is problematic for both players right now. Knight going for a dirty Tetris setup.
Yeah.
Gets a dirty Tetris with a max out. Scooty in a lot of trouble now. And that's going to do it for Scooty, topping out with a 1.3. So Knight, 1.3 is the score to beat, but she's in a lot of trouble as well. And that's going to do it for Knight, topping out with a 1.02. So
Valiant effort.
Scooty will take
Well
game
played.
number 2. Countdown game
All
number
right.
3 in
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris!
Looks like the seeds are the same. So there you go. Let's hope for no bad seeds this time, please. I made extra sure to get the good placements here, the good seeds.
Scooty going for the Tetris instead of filling the dependency. Now forced to create a hole. Don't know if that was intentional or not.
He is okay.
Every time I look at Knight's board, she's always J dependent.
Maybe that's just what you gotta do. If you want to be a top player, you just gotta set up all those J dependencies. And if you get droughted with J pieces, then just blame the game.
Or blame you.
Or blame me, yeah. No. I feel like it might get to a point where wait, hold on, Scooty, but trust the no, it's gonna be fine. We're gonna get to a point
Scooty
where
in trouble? Sure.
we're gonna get to a point where players will start requesting somebody else to restream their matches because they'll actually believe that I'm cursed. Knight is Tetris ready. Not Tetris ready. She's set Lombard dependent.
Not the best pieces for her board.
Waiting for that Lombard. Got the Lombard one piece too late, but still has a fairly clean enough board. Got the right set of pieces regardless to clean this up as efficiently as possible. As Scooty has a 32,000 point lead. 55 lines, 233 counts, 200. Oh, Spire there from Knight. That is a really scary Spire.
It was a smart Z flat, but that bar didn't get over all the way.
She went
Opts to fill it before taking the Tetris.
Yeah. Looks like that might have been the right move. She gets a dirty Tetris now, 255, 307 now, 331 for Scooty.
And Knight just building up dirty.
Yeah, she is behind by 4.5 Tetrises at this point. So maybe she's just trying to be as efficient as possible. Not really going in her favor though. But Scooty is in a situation right now, has Lombard dependent in the center. Not going to be able to score any Tetrises anytime soon, so this could be Knight's opportunity to cash back up.
Oh, these pieces are just not working for Scooty either. Trying to bring this down bit by bit, but it's not easy.
Knight, oh man, she is not getting the right set of pieces. Gets a dirty sendable Tetris.
I absolutely bailed with that bar timing. If that bar came one piece later, it would not have been good for Knight.
See, that was part of my coding right there to get the right seed. Scooty experiencing a drought right now. Gets a triple, split triple as Knight gets a dirty Tetris, and now she's behind by only a Tetris and a half. So she's doing a great job at maintaining this efficiency.
And still committing to this row 3.
But with that single, she opens up that gap. And it's going to be able to successfully transfer her well to the right. And she is looking to get Tetris ready.
Nice dirty from Scooty. Transferred back to the bottom.
Yeah, Knight could see some frustration in her face after all these awful pieces for her board. If she gets that Lombard, it's just going to be a triple. Does get the triple. Both players nearing level 20. Knight is Tetris ready. And gets a dirty Tetris into level 20 at 451. Scooty at 522. Behind in the line counter.
Scooty long bar dependent. Kind of a weird stack. Knight also not the best looking stack. Kind of separated by that mini spire in the middle.
Yeah, Knight currently on the ropes. If she loses this game, this will be it for her tournament life. Scooty looking for yet another semifinals run for the final broadcast, probably next week. 632 right now for Scooty, 564 for Knight. Both players at level 22.
Oh, is that a double flip for Scooty? Couldn't use that bar. Forced to take a couple more burns.
He does maintain an almost 100,000 point lead. Slightly behind in the line count still. And guesses Tetris 748. Now 681 for Knight. After this match, we will be having Dan V versus Cobra for yet another quarterfinals matchup. Knight in a bit of a situation right now. She needs the right set of pieces. Will love an L or a J. Gets the J piece. And nice T for the double. Open up to right. Oh my god. What's happening with me today? Her right well for the Tetris. And she is clean. J dependent on the left side. Bit of a drought forming for both players.
Now needs a square. Gets that square.
Scooty with a bit of a low left, but is building this up. Now at 9-10. 832 though for Knight, so she's still within striking distance. If Scooty were to burn a lot at the 29th piece, or maybe even get an early top out.
Oh, spinning that S into the gap. Smart.
Knight potential for one more Tetris, but gonna burn by the looks of it into transition with a 938. So could this be Knight's final game of her tournament life?
These pieces are not good for Scooty.
Yeah, takes a double.
Goes into 29 really high. Misses that bar all the way to the left.
But Knight
choosing to bring it down.
So Scooty will take the sweep and once again move on to the semifinals for what could be his back-for-back run.
Well played. Well played by both.
So we'll see him played out. Looks like he might be setting up another top out here. Another drought, of course. But GG's.
Setting up another top out.
GG's regardless to both players. And a winner is you, Scooty. Oh, man. I'm going to fix this camera.
Very well played.
There you go. So yeah, up next, we will be having players for the top 8 who has made it to their first playoffs this season. The other two being Knight and who else was it? Cobra. The three musketeers. Anyway, call at 164, 184 for Neko. So both players with a pretty good efficiency so far. What is happening? Who's? I should be in Division 4, but I threw the studs. Follow me at Kasuke. Wow, what a great. We are still in early days. Nothing really interesting going on. I'm sorry. I don't find 18 very interesting to watch. It's fine when you play it, but like, how many more times can you say that somebody's doing a T-spin on level 18 before it gets old? Oh, look at that, a T-spin for Neko, level 18. Perfect. Summerby asking me, a quick survey with an active chat during your match restream. Do you feel 1 more lonely, 2 equally lonely, or 3 less lonely? It depends on who's talking to me. If it's like the community chatting with me on Twitch, I feel less lonely. If it's like Somalian chatting on Twitch, it's like I think I should just quit restreaming if that's the case. Gotta throw in a jab at him, at least once per stream. Oh, it looks like some people did do the predictions. Who's going to the semifinals? I guess there's enough time. Like, it's not like they're gonna top at level 18, right? Right, you guys. Cole solving that Lombard dependency on column 2. And Neko set up for a tuck. Bangs on a Tetris, now 472, 466 for Cole. So both players with a pretty good efficiency. 83% Tetris rate for Neko, 85% Tetris rate for Cole. Be more quiet so I learn to appreciate us more. Well, I don't even stream enough to like get bored of chat. I kind of hide for like 3 months and then I come back. I'm like, hey, what's up, guys? We're doing the playoffs now. Fine, it helps stop the burnout. But who's also not burning out are these two players that are about to get the 600k transition before 19. So it's not really a transition, it's just they're about to get 600k before 19. Oh, Neko setting up the Vits. And nice Vits. Well. 589 for Neko. Getting a bit high up there, but still with a workable board. Ups into the left side, gets the Lombard to the left. School of Safety burns, can still set up one more Tetris, and we'll transition at 639 for Neko, 655 for Cole. So Cole with some a slight edge here in the 19 speeds. Looking to step at Tetris, bangs at a Tetris, and takes the lead at 681, 665 for Neko. So highly efficient game here in the beginning stages of level 19. We're taking not going for the burn with the Lombard, and it's Cole in a bit of trouble here. Looking for a Lombard to the right side to solve this dependency, but might just go for a couple of burn sequences. No, just gonna get the Lombard to the right. Looks a safety burn. Is looking for a column 2 Tetris and bangs in a column 2 Tetris at 718, 724 for Neko. Should I turn up the volume a little bit for my music? Yeah, why not? Now it's 724. Drought is forming for Neko, so Cole will follow suit. Neko forces to a burn, takes another Tetris at 762, 752 for Cole, so both players have managed this drought very nicely. Nice adjustment there from Cole to accommodate the J piece. Neko at level 23. Ahead in line count as Cole is just not being having the greatest time with the pieces. Oh man, Cole in a lot of trouble now. Needs to burn this down. Needs a 5-tap to the left side. Hits the 5-tap and can still survive this. Takes a nice single and solves that Lombard dependency. Needs a couple more burns here to get out of the situation. Now needs a Lombard. That Lombard not showing up. And that's going to do it for Cole, topping out at 769. So Neko at 892 will take game number 1 in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Me every time I see Chen in the chat. Wait, hold on. Let me take a look at this. Okay. Nice John Cena meme, Kingsman. You know, I think the new command you should have for your name, Kingsman, should be Tyler's diss track on you. Just a link to his diss track. I think that would be more fitting. Jesus Lord, what is this playlist? We got Metallica playing the soundtrack for Tetris right now. It's been so long I forgot what I even added to my playlist for the playoffs. Whatever. 94,000 for Neko, 114 for Cole. Has once again one burn so far. So, for those of you unaware, this is, as I said earlier, a one-match event today, but tomorrow we will finish off the quarterfinals. It'll be a split stream tomorrow. We'll be doing 2 matches at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then we'll be doing the final quarterfinals match later that day at 6 p.m. Or I think 7 p.m. Central Standard. So we're getting these matches done quickly. And then after that, we'll have the final broadcast. And nice Vits from Neko. Has been the only one so far, I think, that has set up a Vits this set. So Neko with slight... I don't really see an advantage. There's 46,000 points ahead, but he's also ahead by a Tetris in the line count. So it looks like a 623 points separating these two players. Cole adjusting that long bar, or for that long bar. And now set for the J tuck, or J dependency solve. God, this is what happens when I don't stream for 3 months. I start forgetting how to commentate altogether. And Cole maintaining a clean stack while he's waiting for that lombar. Gets a lombar for Tetris and hangs that J piece though. So forced into a lombar dependency on the left side. And kind of like an off Vits. Wow, nice sequence of tucks there from Cole. Was waiting for the right set of pieces, but forced to create a hole in his stack. Neko with a lombar dependency. So neither player with a advantage, but Cole does bring down their board first. Bangs on a Tetris, so they could use this as an opportunity to take the lead while Neko's still burning. 438 for Neko, 456 for Cole. And man, those pieces for Cole are just not accommodating at all. Another lombar dependency. Nice triple. Would love a J piece or a lombar. Takes a square to take a double. And just losing a lot of pace is Neko, while Cole is set up for a potential 600k transition right now with minimal burns, but it is still possible. Neko has cleaned out his stack, but with a slight parity issue. Does get the Tetris though. And we'll clean up before the 19 speeds. Can set up one more Tetris before the 19. And getting droughted as one line to burn and bangs on a Tetris into transition at 513. Full potential for a... Oh man, hold on. Neko in a lot of trouble already. Needs a square piece, and that might do it for Neko if he doesn't survive this. And that did it. Cole has tied up the set. Countdown game number 3 in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Obligatory, what was once a best of 5 is now a best of 3 comment. Yeah, both players have traded fairly early top out in the 19 speeds. I'm curious to see what their stats were looking like throughout the regular season. They've both hit a fair number of rollovers in their matches this season. Just some uncomfortable early top outs for today. No matter, still enough match to go. 99,000 points for Neko, 117 for Cole. Neko cracking his knuckles very quickly. Yes, once again, thank you, Adam, for that most recent contribution. Nice little adjustment there from Cole, but immediately misdrops that L. Oh boy. Oh, this is not good. Oh man, that Lombard's not showing up either. And that's gonna do it. Right, we got a raid from both players, so let's get started with game number 4 in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Cole's tournament life on the line right now. Looking to force this decider. Reminder, winner of this match will move on to the semifinals and into the prize pool money. Another drought is forming at the beginning stages of 18. That Lombard's not showing up already. But Cole does get the Lombard for Tetris. Uncovers this other Lombard dependency in the center. Very rough C right now for both players, but Cole is clean this up. Nice placement there with a Lombard to avoid blocking as well. 82,000 points for Neko with a square tuck. 79,000 for Cole. Neko Lombard dependent on the left side. Both players are going to experience this drought now. But Cole not looking good with this board. Oh my god, these pieces are absolutely trash. Slap placement, safety double. 5 taps that Lombard. Gets another Lombard to the right side. And he is digging this out. Uncovers that Lombard dependency. Gets a Lombard for a triple. So great survival. However, he is behind by 5.5 Tetrises now. It is curious, isn't it? Because Neko's been doing pretty well. It's like one board can be incredibly accommodating to these pieces and another one can just not. Feels like you're getting the worst pieces imaginable. $308 for Neko, $232 for Cole. Nice sequence of Tux setups. Yeah, that was close. Jay saying, I still believe in Cole over on YouTube. Yeah, it is not over yet. It's still anybody's game. Cole does need to force this decider if he wants to survive. And nice Vits. I think that was their first